like the yellow.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
We're here about to do Amelia Concour d'Elegance. I try to d'Elegance.
D'Elegance. Concour d'Elegance. Don't use the S.
7 times doing it. Concour d'Elegance.
Okay.
If you just get it right. Don't want to mess that up. Red leather, yellow leather, yellow leather.
It's just talking, man.
All right, here we go. Ready?
Yeah, ready.
Let's do this thing.
Wait a second. What are we doing here? No, I know. We're never in the set together.
Lewis and Clark don't do sets.
We're always out. Who put this together?
Right, let's go.
Let's go.
You got clothes?
I got clothes.
I got a tux. She's gonna run. I'm just gonna walk briskly. Let's go, Jess. Okay, me. Get time. I'm coming.
Okay, ready? Do you have the keys?
Do you know where we're going?
No. You ready?
I'm ready. Let's go. We'll figure it out when we get there. Can you put on a seatbelt with that dress on?
This is a First Coast News special presentation. Live from the 22nd annual Concour d'Elegance at Amelia Island, it's the First Coast Adventures of Lewis and Clark. Brought to you by Tom Bush BMW, offering you the ultimate driving machine. Now, here are your hosts, Lewis Turner and Jessica Clark.
I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking with all these expensive vehicles.
I know you've got all these cars. Be careful. Just be careful.
Yeah, Lewis Turner and Jessica Clark here with you. Lewis and Clark. And we're gonna.
Okay.
You think this will do it?
Let's just get out here.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Abby, for
Oh,
the work.
goodness sakes.
Yeah, we are at the Ritz, Amelia Island, and you know, one of these things is not like the other.
Oh.
One of these things doesn't belong, so we'll just.
Do you
this
see
out.
all
How about this, right, Jessica?
This
Fantastic stuff.
is
Lewis and Clark
lovely.
Live. I think it's the first time we've done a Lewis and
Wow.
Clark Live. Why not do it at the 22nd annual
Why
Concour
not?
d'Elegance, Amelia Island, Ritz-Carlton? Beautiful, right?
Absolutely beautiful. And this is my first time at the Concour d'Elegance. You've been here before, but
7 times.
7? You've been here 7
This
times?
is my 7th one now. Yeah, you cover, you know, through the news. It's not like I'm displaying anything. I'm just out here taking pictures and being funny. But this is the layout is wonderful. You're going to have hundreds of cars, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, reaching to thousands of people even here on Amelia Island, people traveling to come and look at, well, what we're standing in front of right now, which we're going to explain throughout the course of the next half hour, of course.
And you know, there is a reason why it is so well known, is because it appeals to people who are car lovers, people who aren't car lovers.
Certainly.
And get this, last year it won such a prestigious award. I've got to look at my notes to say it correctly, but it won the Octane Magazine's International Historic Motoring Award for the best motoring event of the year. This is worldwide.
Here's why that's a big deal. Obviously, the award is a very big deal.
Worldwide.
Correct. It's the only event in America to even be nominated for something and then to win. And you do Concour events other spots, but Amelia Island, it always comes back to what happens here, and you talk to people who put things on display, you talk to visitors. This is the place that they always want to come back to, and for good reason.
Yes, and so do you know that every year they usually have it on Saturday and Sunday? Well, if you're here for 6 years, Saturday and Sunday.
And Sunday's always the big thing.
But this year, there's a little bit of a change up because there's some concern about the weather on these beautiful cars. So everything is being pushed into Saturday, essentially. All the events, all the activities. And so we want to make sure that if you're planning to come out this weekend, come out on Saturday.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, and a big honoree this year.
Every year they honor someone important in motoring, and this year it's Al Unser.
Al Unser Sr. If you don't know the name, well, perhaps you get on the Google and get to know the name. But if you're coming out here, you know a little bit about cars, you know Al Unser Sr., a legend with the Indy 500. You see him there on your screen. Led the most laps in Indy 500 history. The oldest driver to win the Indy 500. Most senior driver, we'll say. Maybe sometimes oldest might hurt somebody's feeling. Won 10 times overall in just the year 1978. The man is a legend, and we're also going to see his cars as well.
He's going to be here, and the cars are going to be here.
Which is amazing stuff.
There are some cars you can actually buy if you want here at the Concour d'Elegance, because there's a big old auction.
Yes.
Right?
Well, yeah, and one of the auction houses on Sotheby's, we've talked with those folks. Cars that range from the tens of thousands to the millions, and sometimes we do get caught up in the money. And maybe that becomes white noise when you say, well, there's $1 million car, there's another $1 million car. It can become white noise. And maybe you at home can't really relate to that. But more importantly, there is a story behind every single vehicle. And this Ferrari that we saw the other day has a very cool story. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. We get it. Things here are expensive.
So we go from about the $10,000 price point all the way up to the multi-million-dollar price point above $5 million.
Alan Squindo, the COO of RM Sotheby's, the auction house selling these beautiful cars.
So in total, we have more cars than ever, about 150 in total. There's a lot of Rolls Royces and Bentleys and some exquisite machinery.
Exquisite machinery rolls off the tongue. But like an auctioneer's call, it can be easy to get lost in the numbers. I mean, once you've seen a couple dozen $1 million cars.
And this particular car is very valuable now too, with an estimate well above $2 million.
But let's focus on the story behind this Ferrari, a 50th anniversary special.
One of the most amazing sports cars Ferrari ever made. Just a few hundred were built. They're basically Formula One technology for the road and incredibly valuable.
And if none of that drops your jaw, then the previous owner of this car may knock you out.
Mike Tyson is a lively, very entertaining boxer.
Mike Tyson owned that car. Just another day at the office for Alan. What makes this different for him, though, bringing cars like these here to this beautiful place, Amelia Island.
RM Sotheby's does auctions all over the world, and quite amazingly, this really is our staff's, and for many of our clients, in fact, most of our clients, our favorite event, bar none.
Coming in.
Going and going. Still talking.
And, you know, you want to buy Mike Tyson's Ferrari, you're probably going to need $2.5 million.
That's all.
That's all.
That's
but
all.
Hey, you know, put that in the garage. That'll be one heck of a conversation starter at your next cocktail party.
That will be, right?
Absolutely.
If you have that.
How'd you like to come and see the world with me?
You mean it?
All right, we just saw a fantastic clip. I mean, everybody knows this. If you got kids, if you don't, you love the movie Cars.
Cars,
Animated
right.
hit Cars.
And so the mastermind behind Cars, Jay Ward with Pixar.
Hi.
Thanks so much for coming out.
This is mind-blowing. Pixar.
Yeah.
We got you in the house.
Yeah, we're here.
And so, do you go to car shows to get ideas?
I do. Well, yeah, actually we do. Since the first Cars, we used to go to a lot of different events, Detroit Auto Show and this show, and a lot of events to kind of take in the car culture and see different vehicles, get some inspiration, yeah.
What specifically? Can you tell me anything from like Cars that you saw, you know, from different car shows that we might be able to relate to a little bit?
It was more about the people we met along the way that we ended up involving in the film. So we met Chip Foose at one of these kind of shows, and he ended up doing the flames on the side of Ramon for us, and a lot of cool things like that. We met with manufacturers and kind of said, you know, this is a cool car, or that's a great car. Sally was a Porsche Carrera, if you remember that.
Absolutely.
So,
well, I got a 4-year-old, so we can definitely relate to that. So you go to shows like this. Obviously, people know the animated characters,
right.
But do you ever have the opportunity, you know, 5-year-old, 6-year-old running around and be like, hey, I did Cars? Does that ever happen?
To give credit where it's due, John Lasseter is the director. He's the chief creative officer. He's my boss.
Sure.
But I have.
We all have bosses.
Yeah.
So.
We all have
Sure,
bosses. I want to give John the credit. I love him, and that's where I mean, I've been working with John on Cars since the very beginning. So yeah.
So cool. Well, now we know his face. So now you're walking around the Concour d'Elegance with CJ, and then you can say, we love Cars.
Yeah, and Cars 3 is coming this summer, June 16th,
Yeah,
2017
Cars
in
3.
theaters. So
Oh,
Breaking news?
wow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jay,
Thank
very
you.
much.
Have a good
Thank
time
you.
this
Thank
weekend.
you so much. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we're not done yet.
No.
We have a whole few more minutes of this show to do with all kinds of things to tell you and show you about. One is the founder of this event.
Yeah.
He's
Who's here
such a
right now, and he's
guy.
watching just off camera, and it makes me a little, you know, because this is his baby.
Yes, it is.
And we got to do it justice. Bill Warner, the man, we're going to hear a great story from Jess Clark. Also, we have got a lot of folks that come all around the country. We've met people from Texas, California, around the world as well, but a Jacksonville collector with a penchant, a love for the Lancia. We're going to tell you about that fine piece of machinery
Watch out.
after the break.
Woo. It's fun.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Concour d'Elegance, the look from high above. It does have a James Bond feel to it, doesn't it? With
It
these
does.
three awesome vehicles here right behind us.
So, you know,
Take a walk. Take a
Concour
ride.
You're just itching for it, aren't you? Concour d'Elegance brings out all kinds of celebrities.
Yes, it does.
How about this guy?
Paul Tuttle. How are we doing? American
Good, how you
Chopper.
guys
You guys
doing?
know
Yeah, there
this
you
guy
go.
right here. But you think Concour d'Elegance? You don't necessarily think.
Yeah, you don't
motorcycles
think
all over.
motorcycles.
What'd you
Yeah.
think?
Well, you know, for the type of motorcycles that I build, this just seems to be a great venue. I came out here last year and I sold a car. And
You sold a car?
I sold a car last year. I actually have a car in the RM auction tomorrow that's for sale. It's a 39 Lincoln Zephyr through window coupe. So I kind of buy and sell cars, but you know, my other passion obviously is building custom motorcycles. And they're elegant and beautiful, and so I thought this is a great place to display them. And you know, here I am.
Now, did you just display them today?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
and
we
people were out and
we had them
about?
over at the Ritz-Carlton,
And
out in the front there, and they just, people were out and about and they were digging them. Yeah, it was
I
nice.
bet they
It was
were.
nice, yeah.
How many
And
do
you
you
know,
have?
I think it's a surprise because they're not expecting to see them, but I think once they see them, they realize it fits in with some of these elegant cars.
Well,
out
certainly.
there.
I mean, this is all about just powerful, beautiful, artistic machines, and that's I know what you guys do.
That's right, that's
How's
right.
the family, by the way?
Everybody's good.
Everybody good?
Yeah,
Everybody
I
still
have my
building?
own son now, so
Right
now
on.
I'm a dad.
Yeah.
And so that's been great.
How old's your son?
He's 2 years old.
So you got a
Oh,
two-year-old.
you can relate
I had
to
a
that,
2-year-old.
right?
He was 2 February 3rd.
How much does he love getting in the sidecar? I mean, have you put him in?
Well, I
like
have
that?
not. No,
No, nothing like that. I
No,
mean,
Mama
street
won't
legal?
allow it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
no, that's off limits for right now.
No
But we're
kidding.
getting there. We're working up to it.
What's it like walking? I mean, you say you were here last year. You walk in
Yeah.
the fairways. Are people like, hey, Paul, man, I want
Yeah,
to talk cars with you. I
I'll
want to
tell
talk
you, people are
motorcycles.
great. You know, we had that 10-year run of American Chopper,
Beautiful.
and it's all these people that are saying hi that really kept us in business
Yeah.
for all those years. So it's really great.
Yeah, and you know, there's something about the people who come to this show, and I've just experienced it for the first time today. They are full of stories, so friendly,
Oh, very friendly.
so interesting.
This whole car community is amazing, and these concourses like this are just. And you meet the great. Even on the way here, I'm meeting great people. So it really is. It really is all about relationships, and it really is working out well.
It's cool to see you. And people can see you throughout the Concour d'Elegance events, but if you don't get it out here, I mean, as we wrap up quickly, I mean, what can we see you doing these days? What's next for
Well,
Paul
you know,
Tuttle?
I do build some cars, but I'm still doing the bikes, and I like to do the theme bikes. And you know, I just got a new showroom, and which is great. I'm excited. I just moved my location, so. You know, I'm more accessible to the public than I've ever been. And
Where
so
are you now?
I'm in Montgomery, New York.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
all right.
So, yeah.
Well,
And you know,
neat.
like, you know, it's just, you know, my Facebook, Paul Jr. Designs on Facebook is how you follow me, and you can see everything that's going on.
Fantastic.
You know,
and you're here
everything new and
tomorrow.
new. I'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
Okay. All right. Hey, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Good to
appreciate
see
it.
you.
Thank you.
Okay. So you probably know Bill Warner.
Yes.
Bill
Yeah,
Warner,
yeah,
of
yeah.
course. Right,
He's kind of right
everybody
over
knows.
there somewhere,
yeah.
but he's the guy who kind of created this whole show
right.
in Amelia Island. And
1996.
you know, you think that a guy like that would be stuffy.
And that's not the case.
Not
You got to
at
hang out.
all. He is so cool. I had the honor of meeting him the other day and just had a blast.
The car up on the lift is the old Paul Newman National Championship car.
These are just some of the cars Bill Warner owns.
Sometimes they say a car reflects your personality, you know. If that's the case, I got a split personality because I got 13 cars.
Cars are a passion for him.
And this is what it looked like in 1975, or 74.
This 74-year-old has raced for 40 years.
I could never make a living as a race driver, so for years I was in the filter business, selling filters, and then at night I'd go to junkyards looking for old cars and to restore them. And on the weekends I'd work for Road and Track magazine, photographing. I did some writing too.
Writing and shooting historic moments in racing. And then one day,
I got a call from,
he got a call from a public relations person at the Ritz-Carlton on Amelia Island.
she said, would you do a show for us? Because I was kind of known around town as a local kind of car guy.
He agreed.
And I said I'd do it if we could raise funds for charities.
So now,
Is this the current First Coast magazine?
Warner works throughout the year planning the Amelia Island Concour d'Elegance. Car owners and cars from around the world strut their stuff on the grounds of the Ritz-Carlton on Amelia Island, a fancy undertaking that surprises even the man who created it all.
Because I'm not really a kind of guy who puts a car out on grass and has it judged. I mean, that's not me. I just soon hop in it.
He'd rather be driving the car. And yet, he's behind the wheel of a world-renowned show that puts cars on grass.
Yeah, go figure. I don't know how that happened, but it did.
Actually, he has a
But,
good guess how it happened.
You know, I think the Lord has a plan for you in life, and you don't know what it is. But there's certain roads and certain decisions you make that lead you to that inevitable destination. And I think the roads I took with Road and Track and through my racing were the roads that led to the inevitable destination of the Concours d'Elegance.
And for Warner, 22 years later, what a sweet ride it still is. And so get this, $3 million has been raised for charity with the Concours d'Elegance, going to charities such as hospice, spina bifida research, and all kinds of other charities. Just fantastic work being done.
Just a moment ago, we mentioned that people come from around the world. It is also cool to meet the local collectors who have things on display on the fairways here at Amelia Island. We're going to do that right after this break. Stay right there.
Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back to the Concours d'Elegance, Lewis and Clark version. And check out these cars over here. This is a 1952 Streamliner from Los Angeles.
How do you know all that?
I'm just smart, Lewis. I'm just smart.
You interviewed the guy. You interviewed
did.
the owner from Los Angeles, you said?
Yeah.
How does it start, though? Like, is it...
Like
did you,
any other car, you just
yeah,
put the key
in. The remote start, just push button, is that how it works? I'm sure it goes very, very fast. Collections...
200 miles an hour.
200 miles an hour?
Yes.
Okay,
I already took it for a spin.
California collection. We talked to a man with a Texas collection. Let's meet a gentleman who's got a Jacksonville collection and a love for the Lancia.
And I'm not a speed freak, but I'm careful.
John Campion isn't one of those hoity-toity, super wealthy car collectors who won't let anyone breathe on his cars.
Everything in this shop is driven. We drive everything.
His Jacksonville showroom slash party den slash auto shop has dozens of very valuable cars.
Teachers, now that you're running $1 billion company.
But this energy company mogul has one true love, the Lancia.
Drive down the street or drive it on a track, it's visceral.
This is the car that he's currently loving the hardest right now. A European quest to find it and buy it, a Lancia Beta Monte Carlo, an endurance race car. It won the 24-hour Le Mans and also ran the 24 Hours in Daytona back in 1981. And naturally, since he loves driving his cars, he got a call to drive in the Heritage event at Daytona this year.
To bring together cars that historically would have run in Daytona. How many times are you going to get to drive at Daytona? So let's shoot this. Let's put together a little 5-minute movie vignette.
What an experience, one that comes full circle to the Concours d'Elegance. You see, this exact car ran on this track in 1981, the same year Concours founder Bill Warner was taking pictures for a car magazine. Bill called John with the story.
I said, which magazine? Said Road and Track, because he used to be a photographer for Road and Track. So long story short, it's the exact same car. And I was gridded beside Bill, which was kind of emotional stuff, right? Because he'd photographed the car.
So of course it'll have a special place on display during Concours.
The object of the exercise is to share them, take care of them, and let people see them.
Tough vehicle to miss, for sure. And it's right in front of the Ritz. We just watched John pull up, so you can see that right here, so you don't get lost in all of it.
Right over there.
Right over there.
Awesome. Okay, so there are so many things to see and do. Seminars, Cars and Coffee, some of the events
Cars
free.
and Coffee's great.
Yeah, and so we put together just something to kind of explain what you can do and see here. The Amelia Concours d'Elegance is cars, cars, cars.
We're having so much fun here.
It's the love of the automobile that drives car aficionados, car owners, and those who are just plain curious.
Everybody loves cars.
They come to the Ritz-Carlton every year to check out the cars of their dreams.
They range from the 50s to 2016, 2017. So we've got cars from, they run the gamut all years.
Concours d'Elegance Executive Director Brian Weber organizes the Cars and Coffee event. This one is totally free. Car owners from around the country bring their beauties and show them off.
All the people love to talk about their cars.
And this year, more cars than ever before will be on display, more than 400.
Yeah, it's about 100 more than we had last year.
The ticketed events include seminars and the Concours itself, with higher-end cars from around the U.S. and the world.
We have a very good network, and I'd like to say we have a good reputation. That if a car comes here, it's going to be showcased, and it's going to be a part of an exciting weekend.
Event founder Bill Warner marvels at how the Amelia Concours d'Elegance has landed the Worldwide Motoring Event Award twice.
I say it's kind of funny. I said we were up against Windsor Castle, we were up against Villa d'Este, Italy, we were up against Chantilly in Paris. And I said, you go Paris, Milan, London, Jacksonville. You know, what doesn't fit?
It's a high-class show drawing in the middle class, the rich and famous, celebrities, and race car drivers. And the common denominator is the love of the automobile.
The passion of automobiles, it's part of our youth. It's our DNA. It was our first expression of freedom as a child. When you got 16 years old, you got your driver's license, suddenly the world opened to you.
Just so much to see here.
Now you're up to speed.
Yeah, now you're up to speed. Ah, that's a good one.
All right, that's it for now. We're right back after this.
I'm going over here.
Right. Where you going?
Because this is a gorgeous
You got to
car.
come back over here.
I'll be there in a second.
You got to come back. We're right back.
Bill Warner here, founder of the Amelia Concour Elegance. Excellent job. Excellent job this year.
Tell me about it on Monday.
We will. We'll call you all about it. Come see this, man. What a wonderful event the Concour Elegance is all day tomorrow. Please come visit. I'm going to my next job as a valet. Bye-bye.